Good morning students. Today also we will see class 7 science chapter number 5 acid bases and salts. So up to that till our last lecture we have learned about the acid bases and salts. Also we have learned the reactions of acid bases and salts with the different types of indicators. But for these experiments we have choose the substances which we are using in our daily life. But for our today's experiment, we are using the substances which are acidic, basic and neutral in nature. But these substances are laboratory acids, laboratory bases and laboratory salts. Okay. So here we are choose some sample of acids. These are present in laboratory. These are hydrochloric acid, H2SO4 means sulfuric acid, HNO3 means nitric acid, and then acetic acid as CH3COOH. This acid we have choose from laboratory for our experiment, for our reactions with the different types of indicator. These are litmus indicator, turmeric indicator and China rose indicator. Again we have choose the laboratory bases such as sodium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide and calcium hydroxide. And the same turmeric indicator, litmus indicator and China rose indicator we have to react with that standard bases in laboratory. Okay. So for that we have to make in our notebook two tables. Okay. The table is given in your textbook also in 5.5. Okay. So like that 5.5 table you have to make the two tables. Okay. One table is for acidic sample. We have to write the name of acids here, and thus another table we are using for the basic sample, and we have to write down the observation with the litmus paper, with the turmeric indicator and with the China rose indicator. But very important thing you have to note down here, the acids and bases what we are using here, that should be in diluted form. Okay, it is very important concept, and on the basis of this concept that we should take the acids and bases in diluted form or in aqueous form, we have to perform that experiment. Okay. And why so? Because we know that only in aqueous form or only in diluted form the substances work. Means if the acids are in diluted form, then only these are able to dissociate their hydrogen plus ions. And when the bases are only in diluted form, they are able to dissociate negative hydroxyl ion. Okay. Means OH negative ions they will dissociate only in their aqueous form. Means in diluted form. Okay. So we have to use this concept specially for today's experiment. So I have written the name of all that acids in diluted form. I have written here specially dilute hydrochloric acid, dilute sulfuric acid, like that I have mentioned here. And in the next column I have written here effect of litmus indicator, effect of turmeric indicator, effect of China rose indicator as in our textbook. Okay. So we have to take one by one all acids and we have to react with that all the three indicators. So first of all I will take the dilute hydrochloric acid. Yes. Then we have to react with that litmus indicator at first. So what result we will get here? Here we will get the result of blue litmus paper. Yes, as it is acid, we will get the result of blue litmus paper. It will react with the acid. Not red litmus paper react with the acid. Okay. So the blue litmus paper will turn into red. So that we have to write down here blue litmus paper turns into red. Blue to red. blue to red, it will turns. Blue litmus to red litmus paper. Blue color, blue litmus, red color. Okay. So like that observation you have to write. As these all are acids, you will get the same result for the all four acids. Okay. So we will go towards the next step. Here turmeric indicator we have to use. With the turmeric indicator, when we will react the acids, so what will happen? No change in color there will be. Yes. So there will be no any reaction with the acid and turmeric indicator. So there will be no change in color. No change in color. Yes, means the turmeric indicator is initially yellow in color. It will remain yellow as it is. Okay. So this will be for all acids. Yes, as the all substances are acidic in nature, so that we will get the same result with the all acids. Okay. Then we will go towards the next column. Here the effect of China rose indicator we have to write. So take that acid sample here. First acid, dilute HCl I have taken and I have reacted with China rose indicator. So what will happen? Initially the China rose indicator was pink in color, pale pink in color. But when it is reacted with the acid, dilute acid, what will happen? It will turn into dark pink color or reddish pink color. So what will the observation? It will change into dark pink color. And the same observation we will have here with the all acids. As all are acids, you will get the same result. So thus we have seen the activity 5.4 with the standard laboratory acid. Now we have to fill up the second table, which is made up for the name of bases. Okay. So here instead of acid, only we have to take the samples of laboratory bases. Okay. Name of bases only we have to write here. And as we have written here name of bases, all the observations will be changed here. Okay. So the second table will be in that manner. So first a sample of base, standard base is dilute NaOH. Dilute NaOH. Then the second base, what we have taken here? Ammonium hydroxide. Purposely I am writing here chemical formula. The name of these substances are mentioned in our textbook. So this is ammonium hydroxide. Ammonium hydroxide. Okay. Then the second is ammonium hydroxide, and the third one lime water. Lime water is what? Calcium hydroxide. Okay. So these bases we have taken here, and these bases we have to react with the litmus indicator, with the turmeric indicator, and with the China rose indicator here. So one by one we will take the diluted bases. All these bases are in diluted form. That is very important, especially I have mentioned here. So first example I have taken at first, and it is reacted with the litmus indicator. Then what will be the effect? What you will get? The result, the litmus paper which is red in color, means red litmus paper will react with the dilute NaOH or dilute NH4OH, means ammonium hydroxide, and dilute lime water, means dilute calcium hydroxide, and it will turn into a blue color. Okay. So here what result we will get? Red litmus paper will turns into blue color. Will turns into blue color. Red litmus, it will change into blue color. That observation we have to write here. And the same observation we will get in case of all sample of bases in diluted form. So the next experiment we have to perform with the turmeric indicator. So take all that bases one by one and react with the turmeric indicator. What will happen? What result we will get? The turmeric indicator will react with the bases, and as the turmeric indicator is initially yellow in color, it will turn into reddish brown color. We have seen in our activity in our previous lecture as like that the yellow turmeric indicator, yellow color will change into reddish brown color. Yes, that result we will get for all that samples of bases. Next is the China rose indicator. It is initially pale pink color. Yes. So one by one we will react all that basic samples in diluted form. We will react all that samples with the China rose indicator. So what result we will get? What result we will get here? We will get the result as the pale pink color of the China rose indicator will turn into green color. So this is our observation with the China rose indicator, and all samples will, all that bases will show the same effect. So this is about our activity 5.4 that we have to perform in laboratory, or we can perform anywhere, but that standard acids from laboratory and standard bases from laboratory we have to take in diluted form. That is very important concept here. Got? So next topic we will see, we have to take precautions while performing this experiment. So which precautions we have to take here? We have to take the first precaution. What we have to take here? Don't touch these acids directly. Yes, and don't test these acids directly, because it will be harmful for us if we will touch or if we will test that acids directly. Okay, so we have to become very conscious while we are handling that laboratory acid, as these are concentrated in nature, as these are corrosive in nature. These are in concentrated form initially, and we have diluted after that, but while we are diluting we have to handle it very carefully. Yes, so that we have to use gloves, mask and goggle on our eyes, okay, for protection of ourselves. So next topic we will see here, rain water. Acidic rain water. Rain water we will know, but acid rain, have you heard anywhere? Acid rain, about the acid rain. So what is mean by acid rain? Acid rain means the rain is having acid, means the rainwater is having acidic nature. Excess acid it is having. So this is called acidic rain. So we will learn about the acid rain, how it form, and what the drawbacks of that acid rains, what we have to face because of acid rain. Okay. So first point, what is the acid rain? What is acid rain? So rain is having acid, excess of acid in its water, then the acid rain is formed. Okay. So how this acid rain form? How this acid rain we will get? So we know that there is pollution a lot Yes, there is a pollution everywhere a lot because of the factory waste. Yes, from the factory there are the release of many polluted gas, which are that nitrogen oxide, nitrogen dioxide, sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide and carbon dioxide in large quantity, that are the pollutant in our air. Yes, right? So because of this pollution of nitrogen oxide, nitrogen dioxide, again sulfur dioxide, sulfur trioxide and carbon dioxide. Because of these gases, what will happen? When that gases are present in air, it pollute the air. And when the rain is falling, that gases will get mixed in that rainwater, which is coming from the clouds. Okay. So when that gases get mixed with the rainwater, what will happen? This will convert into acids. Directly it will convert into acid. Such as when SO3 gas is present in air and when it get mixed with water, so what will happen here? What we will get? Sulfuric acid. Directly sulfuric acid we will get. This is the chemical formula of sulfuric acid. Okay. So this in this way all these gases are mixed up with the rainwater and they form the different types of acid, and the rainwater will become acidic in nature and thus we will get the acid rain. Okay. So this acid rain, as we know, the acids are corrosive in nature. These are harmful when they will contact with any substance. By this property, we come to know that when the acid rain fall in the water bodies, what will happen? The aquatic animals will face very much problem. Their survival will become very difficult. And again, there will be damage of some buildings material and some plants will get damaged because of that acids rains directly. In building, we know that some buildings are made up of marble, and marble is having very large quantity of carbonate. Yes, marble is having calcium carbonate. This calcium carbonate get affected by this acid rain and the marble will get damaged. And in our building also there is some iron materials we are using. So this iron material or this metallic material also will get damaged because of this acid rain. Okay. So in this way we can see the acid rain is very harmful to us. So for avoiding this acid rain, what we have to do? We have to minimize the pollution of air. Okay. So this is very simple way for avoiding the acid rain. Okay. So in this topic we have learned the experiment of laboratory acid and bases with the different types of indicator in our first part of this lecture. In second part we learn about the acid rain. Okay, and I hope you got that topic. And read all that topic in your textbook and do that activity, fill up that observation table, and in our next part we will see the neutralization reaction, and before that we will see the phenolphthalein indicator. Okay, thank you.